What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. Hope you enjoyed Monday's episode with the review of the Many Saints of Newark. Oh man, but today I wanted to give you more stories involving the Ride or Die Kliq. So this one specifically took place maybe around 2015, I want to say. So we had just got done watching a movie at AMC Empire, which is here in New York on 42nd, right in the middle of Times Square. So the girls had to leave. Crystal, Christina, and Nikki, they all had to leave, and Sam was there too. And Steve had to leave. He usually waits with me while my ride comes, and but he had to leave too. He had a family function that he had to attend, so he had to leave. So I ended up getting stuck over there alone. I mean, I ended up having to wait alone for my access ride. So while all the shenanigans are going on, first I had a clown come up to me and try to entertain me while I was waiting over there for my ride to go home. That didn't work out. No less than maybe 10 minutes later, I wanted to say, this this lady of the evening, is the polite way to put it, comes up and propositions me and says that if I buy her movie tickets, she will pleasure me orally, which yeah, I was gonna pass. It wasn't even a hard pass. It was just a straight pass. That was that. And she kept propositioning me, and I kept denying her and all that stuff. So and then third, there was a wave of blood gang members trying to terrorize the crowd in Times Square. Walking up and down the street, yelling, "We out here who want it," all that bullshit. And I'm looking at them. Keep in mind, I'm wearing red, so if you know anything about gang culture, you were right in front of blood, you might be in trouble. But they didn't say anything to me, not because I wasn't in a wheelchair, but because they realized that I wasn't gonna be intimidated. I'm not easily intimidated, dude. You know, um, but anyway, that's just me. So they were out there acting a fool, yelling and doing all that stuff that they do. And let's see what else happened. Oh, this this wasn't. And then I had rode on my way home. I texted Crystal that all of this stuff had happened, and she was quite shocked but quite amused by it at the same time. And it's just a story. It's just another one of those stories, man. You never know what you're gonna see while you're out there, especially in the middle of New York. Okay, so this next one doesn't necessarily involve my clique. This is just me. I had gotten out of a movie premiere. Want to say what, maybe 2 years ago. This was in Times Square once again, but you notice the running theme here. But this time it was at the Regal movie theater, which is across the street. So I had gotten out of the movie premiere and waiting for my ride to come, and then uh, this I guess the strip club is not too far from where the movie theater is. So a stripper walked past me. And then she started talking to me. She's like, "Hey, how you doing? You're kind of cute. Do you want to come into my club? I'll give you a free lap dance." And I was like, "No, I'll pass. I think I have to go home. kind of tired, late night. So so she was like, hey, if you ever want to come in, that she gave me her name or whatever, and then okay, so she was actually quite nice. She waited with me while my ride came, and as I'm getting on the lift to go home, she um she just out of nowhere starts it starts giving me a lap dance like in the middle of the street. I'm like, I'm kind of enjoying it, but I'm kind of embarrassed because like this is like in the middle of Times Square. Nah, fuck it. Nah. Let me stop. I was enjoying the shit out of it, but what do you call it? Yeah. So that was another thing going on. I don't know her name or what gentleman's establishment that she worked at, but you know, uh, that was a memorable night to the least. And one more story. Let me think. Oh, the one about okay. So this particular one was around Christmas time, 2009. We were in. It was me, Crystal, and Christina. We were in the mall, Queen Center Mall, and they I had enlisted them to help me out with my Christmas shopping, and those ladies, being the awesome ladies that they are, they obliged. They're coming all the way from Manhattan, so they kind of hate coming to Queens. So, but that day they helped me out a lot, and I appreciate them for that. So basically, what happened was we were in Macy's. I had just finished buying my mom and my aunt their Christmas gifts. So I go to pay for them, and like the way that this Macy's is laid out, it's kind of tough to get to the counter. On top of that, add to the fact that you have maybe like 100, 200 people in the like maybe nah, I wouldn't say 100, but like maybe 60 people in the store. It was like crazy crowded because this was like right around Christmas, like a couple of weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks before um Christmas time. So we're in there, and me realizing I couldn't get to the counter, I gave Crystal the my debit card to pay for the items that we were going to purchase. And you know, as as I'm doing that, as I'm like trying to find a like decent spot to stay out of everybody's way, this lady with a stroller comes in my way and kind of like parks the stroller and steps over me to kind of get to the counter. And Christina, who is standing not too far from me, she sees this going on, and she goes to the lady, and they kind of have an exchange of words. Christina's like, hey, what the f, and why did you step over my friend like that? You saw he was sitting there. There's nowhere for him to go, and the lady started yelling back at her, and it was almost a fight. So I had to step in there and intervene. But all's well that ends well. But the story doesn't end there, believe it or not. So we're going upstairs. We're in Spencer's, which is where I want to say 80% of my wardrobe is from. I have plenty of shirts from there. So we're in Spencer's, and Christine is looking around, and it's crowded over there too. And all of a sudden, this dude, telling her, instead of politely asking her to step out of his way so he can look at the shirts that were on the rack that she was looking at, they were in the front of the store. It was in the front of the store as soon as you walk in. So rather than this dude saying, "Excuse me, can I see the shirts?" or "Can you step out of the way?" or whatever have you, he decides to fuck. He decides to kind of like pie face her, like in the back of her head, which which causes her head to jerk forward, and she like hits her head on the rack, and then she was like, what? And then by that point, she was just agitated, on top of everything that happened with everything that happened in the mall. I mean, at Macy's, and then Spencer. She was just agitated at that point. So I'm like trying to really calm her down. At this point, she's just going off. Crystal was in the back somewhere or in another store. I don't remember, but yeah. So I'm just trying to calm Christina down, and it was a crazy night. But all is well that ends well. Got all my shopping done, and I told Christina that I would never put her in that situation again, which kind of sucks for her, man. I felt really bad about it afterwards, and yeah. So that's just a few stories that involve myself and the rest of the Ride the Dark Kliq. There are plenty more. Maybe we'll get into them at a later vlog, but for right now, that's gonna wrap things up. And as usual, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.